So even though she said that, it still took me a minute to be able to forgive myself. Because there was a lot that came with that situation, but God showed me grace and mercy, and He put it on her heart to show me the same. And I continuously pray for that family till this day. I couldn't drive for a very long time. It took me, I didn't get my license until I was 29. Yeah. So I saw her, maybe a few months before I ended up getting my license for the first time. So that was another situation. Like, when I tell you, these were like situations that really, there was a pivot at that age. There was so much going on. I ended up being homeless around that time, having to live in a home where there was creepy individuals around that tried to do things to me, and I'm very grateful that God protected me through all of this. Like, He protected me and He kept me safe through all of this, no matter how much harm I took on myself. Like, no matter how much harm I tried to carry, God really did protect me and keep me safe through a lot of situations. But yeah, another situation while I was homeless was one of my closest friends, her little sister. We all were close friends. We all viewed each other's siblings as siblings, like we grew up together. Her little sister ended up committing suicide. It was November, yeah. It was 2 days before her birthday. It was Halloween. October is also a pivot month for me. I don't know what it is. But yeah, seeing a family go through something like that. And not only did they go through that, but they went through it again. They went through it 2 years later with another sibling of hers. So, but around that time, having that type of death around me, and then having friends die left and right, being killed, some of them killing each other with like just gang activity and territory, and just so much, like in car accidents and people, racing. Fresno was big for that. But yeah, I used to feel like there was a curse over that city. I'm just gonna continue to pray for that city. I believe it's getting better and it's gotten better. But at that time, with everything that I had experienced there, and just all together, like being strong for my friend at that time, when I didn't even really know how to be strong for myself, taking all of that in, singing at her funeral, helping them pick out her clothes and how they're gonna do her hair for the funeral, and going to counseling with them and their family. It was just like a lot in that short span of time, and just having somebody that I really looked up to around the time, like that I saw as a father figure, and the safe space that I was in when I did used to go to church and everything, having that person tell me that they viewed me and wanted to be with me, that shifted my mental, like that really messed me up. And I didn't even recognize how much it messed me up. Of course, I forgave this person and they apologized, and they They admitted that they were speaking from a place of I don't even know if I remember everything that I heard, but I just had such a forgiving heart that I just let it go, and it was never spoken of again. But these are like the type of things that were going on around that time. I say that to say this. These were things that tried to keep me in a cycle for years. It's been 20 years since a lot of those things have happened. And I know God uses everything that the enemy meant for evil, he uses it and he turns it around for his good. But I'm feeling it now with sacrifice and obedience and having a prayer life and getting in my closet. Even when I don't feel like it, I have those notes to go back to. Even if I don't feel like I could pray in the moment, or I'm not like actively going into my closet and submitting myself, I'm praying and speaking in tongues, or I'm listening to a sermon, or I'm listening to an encouraging word, or I'm just listening to scriptures while I'm sleeping. And a lot of things have been shed off of me. I'm grateful to say I have been celibate for over a year now, like a little over a year now. So like that was a big goal for me, because I was bound in lust. I was bound in trying to people please and doing things with men because I wanted to feel validated, and I didn't want to feel rejected. I wanted to feel like wanted, and that's what they wanted from me, so I did what they wanted from me, and it kept me in a people-pleasing cycle for a very long time. There was just something in my head that like got to the point where if I was in a compromising position and they were making it very clear that that's what they wanted from me, my body, that I felt like something bad would happen if I said no. And I don't know what that is. I think they talked about it one time on Red Table Talk, and I kind of identified with it, because it was just something that's like you don't want to do it, but you feel pressured to do it, and you feel like it's safer to say yes than to say no. Because if you say no, oh Lord, that mentality, Lord, I'm grateful. If you say no, they could lie on you and say that they did it anyway. And it'd be your word. It was just like this sick mentality that I had. And I believe that could have been generational, like, because there's been a lot of things that I'm finding out that's been in my bloodline for a long time. But yeah, I wanted to feel wanted. I wanted to feel seen. I wanted to feel loved, because I felt rejection so much growing up. And I harbored it. And I harbored the car accident. And I harbored the death of loved ones. And I was in relationships where they made me feel like all the bad things that were going on around me were my fault, and that I deserved it. But I say all that to say that God is doing a new thing. There's things that are being shed. Ooh, Lord, I feel it. I feel Lord. I feel bondage falling off. I feel breakthrough. I feel like this really, truly is the year of Jubilee. Like things and situations that have been happening where I believe God is bringing me out of obscurity. He's hiding me for a minute. I'm gonna have to do another video, but he's been bringing me out of hiding, and he's been showing me that by showing me people that I haven't seen in a couple of years. And there's some people 7-8 years, some people, that I've had to heal from.